What's the deal? It's Kia, and I have something on my mind. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today is the rising civil war in Black culture, the Kendrick archetype and the Drake archetype. Right? I wanted to compare the two, and I didn't really want to get too much into the rap beef, but I will explain for those who don't may not know. I don't know. I would hope you know. I don't. I'm pretty sure you would know because that was like historical. That was great. That was the greatest time of hip hop recently. Apparently Drake, and Kendrick were cool at first. But apparently Drake has a tendency to, snub people even though like they're supposed to be cool. So yeah, so I guess, Kendrick wasn't really feeling that. So he's like, I'm not with that fake stuff. Forget the big three. It's just big me, whatever, whatever. And Drake took that to heart. So that became a whole beef. And he stood to Kendrick. And Kendrick cleared him, basically. Simple as that. It really wasn't a fair it was a fair fight, but I mean in my personal opinion, I wouldn't compare the two. Um, I personally wouldn't have even put Drake in that big three category. Um, in my opinion, I mean, yes, he had bangers during the summertime and all that stuff, but he has yet to have some type of something that'll solidify his legacy, right? That solidified. This is who I am. This is Drake. This is what I represent. He kind of was confused most of his career seems like. So, first of all, I should probably get into what a civil war is. But basically, the overall concept of a civil war is, the people, breaking away from a government and trying to become their own. My point it was to look at that the concept of a civil war, right? And the concept is basically you're trying to distance yourself from a certain group or whatever because you don't believe in what they believe in, right? So basically, Kendrick was saying, they not like us, right? Towards Drake and his crew. And I feel like people like Drake and his crew. Um, Even if they aren't really necessarily associated with Drake or they don't hang around him or whatever, and even if and when they are also, but if they present themselves as a Drake ass person or a Drake ass nigga, you're a Drake ass nigga, because why are you doing Drake shit? I feel like we should be able to call out people like that. What that has to do with Black culture? Basically, the elite or whatever ruling class or whatever that class that was exploiting them. And I'm not saying that this doesn't necessarily tie into Drake versus Kendrick per se. Kendrick said, "I'm what the culture feeling," so he represents the people. He had all the people on the stage. These are extraordinary people, but some would consider them regular people. Those people who say that these talented individuals don't get a chance or can't get a chance or don't deserve a chance or whatever, right? But Kendrick, he represented the people, so he put them on himself. The people that exploit don't do that. They don't want to give other people a chance because they feel like there can only be one, or there can only there can only be one at the top, right? They have that mindset of that scarcity mindset. So they feel like there can only be one at the top, so I can't put, you know, people on, certain people on, or, they'll become my competition and, they might surpass me, whatever, whatever. But that's really just the ego talking. And I really feel like that's narcissistic and is not true. Like, that's just based on your own scarcity mindset. We can all win out here if we unite, which is what, which is also what Kendrick represented. He represented unity in what he was doing. That's why he brought, people together, the culture together, to separate ourselves from this negative force, which would be the Drake archetype, because he also represents that narcissism, that, scarcity mindset, that, exploitative colonizer like, mentality and behavior. So I feel like we should be able to call these people out, and the people that associate themselves with him. Like, I know nobody really talked about it when it happened, but y'all was eating that song up, with Sexy Red that he made, or that I just feel like that's crazy. Like, she just blatantly like was like, I got your back. Like, you going through it, the right price. I got your back. Sign on. But it's like, why would she do that? Why she want to associate herself with that after everything that we found out about this person? I don't know. That's just weird to me, and I feel like we should call these Drake ass niggas out. We should call them out, because otherwise they just gonna keep spawning up and gaining power, because the society rewards this behavior. Let's not forget that this society definitely does reward this particular behavior, of, narcissism and scarcity mentality, individualistic, only care about self, right? This isn't about the community and the people and all that. Only the people who get to the top, like, in this society, the people that they reward. Not all of them, but most of the time in this society, they're rewarding the ones who are this Drake archetype, who have that mindset. And it's about time we acknowledge this phenomenon. Because that's what it is. It's a phenomenon. Like, this is crazy. This is outrageous. Like, and people are just, coming out and, like, I mean, they've been doing this, but, like, don't you think it's about time we acknowledged it, talked about it, and got rid of it? Because otherwise it's just going to keep happening. And I feel like this really matters, because these people, unfortunately, represent us. They represent the black community. So this affects our image as a people, right? And, you know, we're just going about our normal lives, and people are judging us based off what these people do. these artists, first of all, this shouldn't even be the case. And I'm going to make another video about that. But I'm not going to go on that tangent. But I really feel like we need to address this issue. And we need to come together